Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is D-Free. Here today, we will be taking a look at the brand new Goku and the Goku Black. And Goku Black's new. Goku is an awakening for a very old unit. And then we also do have the EZA for Gotenks. All of this is coming out very, very soon on the game. Hope you guys enjoy. Hit subscribe if you're new for more content. So we actually need to transition over to iSeriously's page because he did go ahead and put a lot of this information out. So here's the awakening for the old Super Saiyan WHIS SSJ Goku. Well, Super Saiyan SSJ. You get the point. Anyways, STR is what I meant to say. WHIS SSJ Goku from a World Tournament a very, very long time ago. Very old unit. I was looking at him in my box the other day like, man, I wonder when he's going to awaken. And coincidentally, he happened to be the next one. Who knows? You know, I think I'm going to play the tournament for the first time in like a year because I think I really want this Goku Black. I don't play the tournament. It's too time consuming. I don't really have the time for it. But we do have this Goku Black. So this Goku Black was said to be a World Tournament card about 4 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that. It's been a while. And then he does wind up being on the Goku Black event afterwards because the art was in it was in circulation for a little bit, and it's finally getting used on an actual card now. So that's cool. And for context, this is not they do that often. You know, I would say for context though, the Tech Goku Black, the droppable one that you use, the one that drops on the physical Goku Black's event stage, that just allows you to farm every Goku Black that ever comes out, including this one. He was actually on, I believe, like the 30th anniversary, something like that. It was on an anniversary event for Dragon Ball, and that was the first Goku Black in the game, actually. He was a boss fight, and that was the main boss. So, you know, prior to that, and then, of course, they did wind up dropping the physical Goku Black, and then him, of course, as a part of that, too. So here's the Goku, probably just, okay, instant, oh, okay, hold on, let me pull this up. Okay, not bad. What is that? The 1-inch punch? Not bad, man. That's really cool. That's really cool. Really, really cool. We know that he does do that in the ROF movie, but I believe he's blue at that time. This was such a weird card because, if I recall correctly, at the time this came, for one, I don't know. I'm not gonna really go there. I'd have to think about that. I don't want to say something that I'll regret. Not really like a bad thing, but something I could be completely wrong about. Anyways, the Black Powerball, okay. So just generic Goku Black Super World Tournament card. What do you expect? So there we go. No need to even point that up. So do follow iSeriously over on Twitter. And, of course, also your boy Mai over there, too. So we do have the Gotenks. So these are apparently the stats. Don't quote me on that. These look like they're 55% stats. So you can just kind of apply the normal potential route to him, which is, I believe, 5,400, 5,000, and then 5,000. But nonetheless, we're going to come over here and take a look at some of the translations courtesy of Goresh over on the Reddit. Credit to iSeriously for the info. Warning from the future. Goku Black STR type. Extreme STR types get 2 key and 70% to all stats. Solid sub-leader skill. What do you expect? Super attack. Black Powerball causes supreme damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. Nothing spectacular there, but it is nice to get the attack and defense down, particularly the attack down. And then passive skill, Warped History, defense plus 15% per attack received, maximum of 60. All future category allies attack plus 20% and defense plus 10%. All time travelers category allies get 20% attack and 10% defense. So future and then time traveler are getting split up. But according to Zahal, characters that are in both future and time traveler categories, because they're very, 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 very similar categories, do get both buffs, and it would be 40 and 20, which is an insane amount. So I've talked about it a lot. Every time there's a new World Tournament unit, it seems I say this exact same thing. But the best way to do World Tournament units in this game is to make them support units. Whether they're support units and, you know, they have damage mitigation or something like this where he gets defense up, is because they're always going to be able to be usable in that scenario. Now, of course, if there's another Goku Black, you don't use this one in most cases, right? I don't know if you want to use the Trunks and Mai as your leader and then bring an Goku Black friend so you can put this one on your team and get this monstrous buff that he would offer. But nonetheless, being a support unit does make him very, very good, very relevant as well. And just a category-based one, too. 20 and 10 isn't that much, but it's still nice. And then if you're in both, you get both. So according to Zahal, anyway. I'll have to test if and or when I get the Goku Black. Well, just, you know, I said I'll play. I don't know. We'll see how much I decide to dedicate time-wise. I just had a new baby, so I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do it. Links are Cold Judgment, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Prepare for Battle, Dismal Future, and Big Bad Bosses. Very good link set, very generic, but very good nonetheless. Realm of Gods, Potara, Future Saga, and Time Travelers. Excuse me. We have the SS Goku here. Fighting Spirit Focus. Super STR types get 2 key and 80%. Super Dragon Flash Fist causes supreme damage to the enemy with a high chance to stun. Is this the limit of your power? Excuse me. Flash of Fighting Spirit, attack plus 100%, and key plus 2 at the start of the turn. So, passive, but let me just go ahead and slow down. Super STR types get 2 key and 80%. That's really good, actually. Which is funny, why didn't they give Goku Black 80? Why? Oh, I get why, because Goku's an awakening, I guess. That's dumb, but whatever. I get it. Anyways, 80% 2 key. Very good sub-leader skill for Super STR. High chance to stun. 50% most likely. Sometimes it varies, but should be 50% alongside supreme damage. And the passive skill, attack plus 100% and key plus 2 at the start of the turn. That's very good. Start of the turn boost. Also self-sufficient. Not that he needs it because he has solid links, it seems, but nice to just get it. And then he gets defense from a super. So he's one of those units that's going to hit pretty hard. But they didn't want to, I don't know why they didn't just give him all of this stuff at the start of the turn. But they want him to launch a super before he can defend himself, which isn't the best thing. It's a lot of times, unless they're in a position where they're not going to get hit first, it's not always a great thing. So the links are Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, All in the Family, The First Awakened, Shattering the Limit as well, alongside Pure Saiyans and Goku's Lineage as his categories. First Awaken is a really good category, or a link, to have access to. Having First Awaken and Super Saiyan is really good too. That allows for him to benefit being on the Goku's Lineage team and fit pretty well alongside units like STR, SSG, UI Goku. Not that he has Super Saiyan, but First Awaken is such a powerful and potent link that obviously you want to get access to it. Prepare for Battle and Shattering the Limit do work as links for him, and All in the Family, Goku's Lineage has access to that relatively easily. So there's a little note in here about SS3 Gotenks. There was some new info that came out apparently. SS3 Gotenks EZA has the note that 11 key super remains immense and still grants a massive attack raise for 1 turn. His 12 key super remains extreme damage. According to some accounts, Gotenks' 12 key super deals supreme damage, but the text says extreme. I guess we'll have to wait and see once the game pushes another download to update the wording. So yeah, a lot of people are talking about it down here, that basically the 12 key actually is supreme damage. So the extreme name, so they're saying the extreme name because the attacks basically get renamed to have extreme in them, which is why they do that little burst effect, the golden outline damage and stuff for the EZA units. Extreme, and but it's actually supreme as the modifier for the attack apparently, for the 12 key, which is, if that is the case, that's what I expected. I expected it to pick up supreme because that was looking very, 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 very likely as far as what was going to happen. But there could be more in this thread. I'll leave it down below if you guys want to check it out. And again, we'll just have to wait and see what happens ultimately. So the other things that did wind up happening with Gotenks, this came out not too long ago. Basically what they were saying here was that the leader skill for him was 4 key and 100% to tech types. His passive gives him 140% attack up on the super attack. And when he has 11 key, he gets 70% defense up. So the thing about him is he's able to defend himself in a way that the physical one isn't able to. But 140 is really good, of course. The increased stats, SA level 15, that's all good. The bottom part is for the 9 and 10 key super, he does raise his attack with the super attack at level 14 or above. It's kind of a really cheeky way of adding an attack increase to his 9 key super. Let me see if I can actually pull up Goresh's direct translation. But that's basically what he said. Let me see if I can pull up Goresh's direct translation, though, to see what he is talking about there. I'm pretty sure that Mai has a tweet. Yeah, there's Goresh. I'm just going to say I'm pretty sure I can find Goresh pretty easily. So the direct translation for that man would be right here. Leader skill, all that. Passive 140 when performing a super attack. Defense plus 70 when key is 11 or less. So that's good. Or less is really good, actually. Really, really good. So it being a part of the passive and needing a key requirement means that he's just like the Goku, and he can't defend himself until it's his turn to attack because it counts your key on your turn to attack. So, any attack prior to his turn to attack means that he would be defenseless, but afterwards he'd be fine. Super attack 11 from level 14, right? Level 14 and on. I assume he goes level 15. I don't know why he wouldn't, but level 14. When key is 9 or 10, raises attack for 1 turn and causes immense damage to the enemy. Excuse me. So, wait, hold on. This. Okay, so he still wants to avoid his 12 key, like with everything in him, and his 12 key doesn't do immense like the physical one does. And I saw some calculations saying that the physical one actually is not irrelevant. And it's not that he would have been anyway, but he's not as far gone as you would think. And the physical one is actually still better on teams that are more likely to get the 12 key, like fusions, like movie heroes, that type of stuff, because you have access to guaranteed 12 key super attacks most of the time when you're alongside a unit like Gogeta, who has over in a flash and fuse fighter. That's automatic 5 key. That's an automatic 12 key super because you start off at 11 before you even get an orb. So that type of stuff, he's not going to be better on. But on SS3, that's not a problem. On the SS3 category, this one would be the better one. And then this super attack text down here is kind of confusing to me because on the 9 and 10 key super, his attack does go up and still does immense damage. But that's just, you know what, I'm actually reading that wrong. That's just a very cheeky way of saying that he basically has, I believe, the exact same 9 and 10 key super as the physical one as well. I believe he did that because the 11 key was a massive raise. It was something like that. I'd have to double check. But nonetheless, 9 and 10 key is really good. You're almost never going to get it, though. On SS3, it's not a problem, though. But, yeah. So, other than that, 11 is really good. Also, the ability to defend itself is really good. The 12 key, whether it's Extreme still or Supreme, doesn't really matter a whole lot because he still, obviously, with everything in his kit, wants to avoid it. So, he's not able to defend himself at all, for example, when he gets the 12 key. But 140 is a lot. He'll still output very, very well regardless. So he's going to be very potent and very good on that type of team. And it didn't look like there was any sort of extra effect for the 12 key super. It just lowers defense. Yeah, lowers defense. So here we go again. The Super Ghost Kamikaze 9 and 10 raises attack and immense, massively raising for the 11. And it's basically, it is what it is. I mean, this is basically the same stuff he had, but what do you really expect? Really, the biggest issue with the unit initially was the 12 key. I just showed him off the other day, and I was pleasantly surprised where he was getting on 11 key supers on SS3 category, support, no support, double support, whatever, ranging from 2 million to like 3 million. That's actually really good for a unit that's years old, right? So he's very potent, and I hope you guys have fun. The EZA does come out in a couple of days as well. Have an awesome day, everyone, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one.